size of these things might surprise you. The Earth when compared to the Sun. Our home planet is pretty gigantic, and it would take us over 45 hours to fly once around its circumference. But when compared to the Sun, the Earth is but just one tiny speck of dust. The gigantism of the Sun is something beyond our wildest imagination. The star has a radius of a staggering 432,450 miles. In simpler words, you could line up 109 Earths across the face of this fiery ball of gas. In 3D, you could actually fit 1.3 million Earths inside the Sun. The Sun when compared to the Milky Way. While the Sun is indeed much larger than it appears to us every day, it is once again a tiny dot. That's when it's compared to our home galaxy, the Milky Way. The Milky Way is 890 billion times the mass of the Sun. The more you think, the harder it is to fathom just how enormous our universe is, right? The Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza is an iconic structure in the world. It is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, the only one to still remain largely intact. It dates back to around 2560 BC and stands tall at 455 feet at present. It originally stood at a whopping 481 feet and was the tallest structure in the world for over 4,000 years. When it was built, it most definitely must have been the greatest technological achievement of the time. The world map. When it comes to misconceiving the actual dimensions of things, the world map is no different. The classic map of the world has fooled us since time immemorial. We are used to the 2D map of the world, which does not give us an accurate depiction of its size. While Japan may appear tiny on the map, it is not really so in 3D. Algeria is bigger than Alaska and Australia is the same width as the USA. Astonishingly, the seemingly tiny island of Madagascar when placed over the east coast, would cover all of Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Vermont, Delaware, Virginia, and North Carolina. The real size of a wombat. Australia is home to some of the most unique animal species in the world. The wombat is a marsupial which is widespread in southern and eastern Australia. Wombats are often assumed to be little cute, furry, adorable creatures. But actually, a fully grown wombat is pretty massive. It can grow up to weigh a whopping 90 pounds, that's almost 41 kilograms. Well, they're still pretty cute. Quetzalcoatlus northropi. The Quetzalcoatlus northropi is one of the largest known flying animals of all time that went extinct about 66 million years ago. The formidable name of this species comes from the Aztec feathered serpent god, Quetzalcoatl. It weighed between 440 and 550 pounds. It had a wingspan of a whopping 33 feet. When it wasn't hovering in the air, it towered on land over other smaller creatures and stood at a height of over 10 feet. If this flying monstrosity were to roam the earth today, you certainly wouldn't want to mess with it. The size of Titanic. The RMS Titanic is possibly the most ill-fated ship in maritime history. It was the largest ship ever to set sail on voyage in April 1912. Before hitting the iceberg and sinking underwater, the Titanic measured 882 feet and could hold 2,453 passengers. For its time, the Titanic was immensely gigantic and pretty impressive. Today, the world's largest cruise ship is the Symphony of the Seas, which measures 1,184 feet in length and can fit 5,518 passengers. Gorillas. Gorillas are pretty large when compared to chimpanzees, orangutans, and baboons, and most of us are aware of the fact. But how big are they, actually? Gorillas, especially the eastern lowland gorillas, can weigh twice as much as the average human. When standing on their rear legs, gorillas can tower over an average human and can grow over 6 feet. An average gorilla is almost 5 to 6 times stronger than a human. The truth about road signs. Whenever you're traveling by road, you come across all kinds of road signs. While they may not seem like such a big deal at the first glance, they are actually way bigger than they appear. Road signs are made in giant factories and are enormously huge in size, which goes unnoticed since they are high up there and you're driving past them at great speed. The seemingly tiny stop sign at the corner is actually a 2.5 feet tall octagon, and the letters are almost twice as big as your hand. The green highway signs can easily be larger than 25 feet. As to why they're always green, the color green is more easily visible to drivers and less distracting to them during nighttime. Anglerfish. The anglerfish are a species of bony fish named for their mode of predation. The anglerfish has a luminescent fin ray that acts as a lure for other smaller fish, which it feasts on. This species of fish lurks in the darker parts of the deep ocean, and so, humans cannot see them normally. When the fish is seen in photographs, it is usually snapped all alone and cannot be scaled with other aquatic beings. The anglerfish is actually way bigger than we think. The deep-sea anglerfish can reach up to 3.9 feet and weigh up to 70 pounds.